About 6 years ago, I was wandering the streets of Phoenix, homeless, eating out of trash cans, very dazed and confused, and wondered how this person who was the head of health education in a state in the United States had come to this. And it culminated in an attempt on my life, which finally brought me to a diagnosis. This diagnosis is something that I had evaded for a long time because as a therapist, I didn't want to be one of those people.
The fact is that when you have a mental illness, there is often shame associated and secrecy around that. So to be able to pull that out as a strength shows that you can recover. What I was to find out through peer support and coming through peer employment training is that recovery was possible. The diagnosis didn't sit well with me, but training taught me something different, that I was something way beyond a diagnosis. And through this training, I was able to learn how to bring people's strengths forward, focus on strengths, focus on things like honor and choice and hope, creating recovery environments, and allowing people to empower themselves to move forward.
Well, the skills and experience that a grad has is that they have lived experience with a mental illness or mental health issues. And so they can relate and empathize with the individual that they are supporting. Day to day, a peer support person would help somebody with their goals, where they want to go, what they want to do.
We're seeing peer support specialists in some areas around the world as being the first face that somebody receives if they need to seek service at a psychiatric hospital, for example. The very first person is not a receptionist or a doctor or a security guard, but is somebody who's been there and lived the experience. What a phenomenal way to give hope. Peer specialists are working in areas of vocation, helping to find work and helping people develop the skills to get back to work. Peer specialists are in the educational field, teaching the skills that people need to move on in their recoveries. They're in counseling type roles, but also there are people with lived experience in accounting, in senior management, in reception, and of course providing the services frontline.
You see, the value of peer support within an agency is it's not to replace what case management does or nurses, etc., but it's to bring a new recovery-focused, strengths-focused, lived experience view to the work that's already being done.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's an honor to be here today to address the graduates on behalf of the Cochrane-Timiskaming branch of the Canadian Mental Health Association, but it's also an honor to congratulate you personally. And that might sound like, oh, well, that's just the president of the association saying what he thinks he has to say. But the truth of the matter is, it does mean something to me because I've been where you've been. And in my case, it was serious depression. So I know as well what it takes to get out.
I took the 2-week training program for peer support and loved it. I learned so much about myself. I learned that I'm not alone and there's many people in this world who has psychiatric challenges. I think I'll be able to help people and I have the education now backing it.
And what we're beginning to learn is that really to provide people the best options to further their recovery, having peer support integrated throughout the system is really an important piece. So this is a part of the transformation of taking peer from being often at times a marginalized component of services for people and bringing it into the full spectrum of services that we offer.
Hey, I'm Fiona Jolly. I'm a graduate of the peer employment training. I seem to be chief cook and bottle washer here. I'd also like to see it maybe in schools. If there's a traumatic experience or if there's some teenagers that, you know, maybe not comfortable with talking to a counselor, but maybe would like to talk to just somebody that knows what it's about.
So I would encourage you to consider the idea of peer support, how peer support can enhance your agency, your team, and your own life as we move forward in enhancing the recovery of others.